Hi there, it's Jeff. Today I've got this quick and simple router jig guide that lets you mark your center lines of where you want your trenches, put this down, flip open the lid, set your router up and go straight through. So let's get to it. Okay, to start off with making this simple jig, we know it's based on your little router hand trimmer. Doesn't matter what brand it is, but what you do need to find out is the center from your collet where your router bits go into, the center of that to the edge of your base, whatever base that you have attached. Now I've got my own base that I've made here on my one, and I know that it's 50 millimeters from the center to the outside edge. So whatever your measurement is there, that's what you're going to base the opening lid on. So I've got a bit of substrate here. It's just cut to a width. It's around about 150 millimeters. And I'm going to, so what I'm going to do next with this is measure 50 millimeters, and I'm going to cut another strip on the saw with that. Then I'm going to get that strip and I'm going to put it back together, clamp it, but I will be putting this hinge on in between. Okay, and then that, every time you open that lid, you'll know, and when you run your trimmer along it, you'll know that that'd be the center point. So it's just a matter of getting this jig, marking the center of whatever trench that you need to do, then flipping the lid and off you go. So let's get to it on the saw first, and then we're going to screw down the hinge. Okay, in this process here, after I've just cut my strips, I'm going to put them back together. I'm just going to clamp them together as well, so the gap is nice and tight. And then place the piano hinge on the center of those two, right in the middle. And I'm just going to put a little clamp on one end where I can. And on the other end, I'm just going to start screwing using a self-centering jig to pre-drill my holes for the screws. And you want to use one of these devices because with these piano hinges, they've got a countersink hole, and you've got to use countersink screws. So you want to make sure that you're drilling in the center, and your piano hinge, when you screw it down, doesn't drift and it doesn't fall in the center of those two pieces. So yeah, it's a good idea to use that self-centering drill bit and screw them down straight away. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate how easy this jig is to use. On this offcut here, I'm just going to mark from one edge 120 millimeters. I'm just going to do it from top, a mark at the top and at the bottom. And then it's just a matter of placing the jig and just putting that edge, lining it up with the marks on your board. So once you get them lined up, just clamp the jig down and then flip the lid and you're right to go. Just run your trimmer through. It's just a matter of marking the center of where you want to do your router, and running it through. Well, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Nice, quick, simple jig to make, and it's really handy when you've got to do a lot of trenching, say rebate or rebates, and using your router trimmer. And these are really handy to use for those sort of things because you can just do it with one hand. Simple rebates like that into melamine, MDF, solid timber. Just basically line this up with your line, the edge of this with your line, flip it open and run your trimmer through. Quick and easy. Just using a bit of off-cut material. The only real thing I had to buy was the piano hinge, which was $17 I think it was at the local hardware store. So hope you liked this video. If you did, press like. Don't forget to share and subscribe so you can keep up to date with our latest videos, and I'll see you in our next video.